Located on Route 6 in Seekonk, Massachusetts, is the 1/3 of a mile asphalt oval known as Seekonk Speedway, the action track of the East. Once a year, the big boys with the big toys, the monster trucks, come to town. But this year, Zane Ratu and Monster Events decided to put on a unheard of 8-truck field here at Seekonk. How will these guys handle the track? Find out next as MotorHour brings you show 1 of the Monster Truck Meltdown Summer Tour from Seekonk Speedway. The action gets hotter every single year here at Seekonk Speedway, and now 8 great monster trucks are about to tear up this field here in Seekonk. Hi everybody, Dalton Hastings here. Honestly, if you can tell just by the sunlight, we just woke up here. It's about 6 o'clock in the morning, Eastern time here at Seekonk Speedway. We are about to get ready for an amazing 2 shows here at Seekonk. Zane Ratu and Monster Events have put on great shows here at Seekonk within the last few years. But this year he decided to do something different with adding 8 monster trucks in 2 shows in one day here at the Action Track of the East. We've got Stinger, we've got Master of Disaster, Crustaceans here, Lumberjacks here. We got all these great competitors out here. There's a few stories coming into this weekend. Matt Pagliarulo debuting the brand new Kraken monster truck. Unfortunately, they couldn't get the mold done in time, so they had to improvise with an Escalade body painted. This was shot earlier in the day as Matt arrived to the track. They had a few problems just getting to the track. They had to fix the hauler up on the highway when they were in Florida, and then making the whole entire trip to Massachusetts. This was when they unveiled the new Kraken machine. Also, the new Jester chassis, Matt Pagliarulo unveiling 2 brand new pieces this weekend, a brand new truck and a brand new chassis. We're about to find out and see how both of these machines will handle today. Right now, we want to introduce you to our field of trucks. First off, right off the bat, Paul Strong inside the Master of Disaster.
beautiful piece of machinery here. Second truck owned by this man, Stinger Unleashed, Zane Ratu, owner of both Master Disaster and Stinger. He wants to put on a good performance here this weekend. A dream come true for this man, Christopher Sawicki, driving the Lumberjack monster truck, one half of Bottom Feeder Motorsports. Chris used to come to these shows as a kid, now getting the chance to drive out on the racetrack. The Monster Lobster, Greg Winchenbach's Crustacean, Kurt Phillips taking over the wheel this weekend. He wants to make sure he can make Greg pretty proud. The Instigator monster truck, Paul Broad's owned Instigator, Barry Leader taking the controls this weekend, but also his teammate truck, Muddy Girl, driven by Maddie Myers. Both of these trucks are going to try to put on a good show here this weekend. But also, the Kraken, the debut event for this truck, Nick Pagliarulo, second generation driver. If he's not nervous enough, he has to be going up against the first generation, Matt Pagliarulo, driving the Jester Machine. Both trucks out of Florida. We're about to find out and see how both these guys are going to be here today. This was shot earlier in the morning. Nick Pagliarulo working on the Kraken, putting the tires on. They had so many people from their shop. They had at least a good 20 plus people working on not only the Kraken, but also the Jester Machine, making sure that the truck was going to handle perfectly here this weekend. Beautiful track layout that we have here this weekend. Lots and lots of obstacles all over the track. And to make sure that this event was going to go perfectly well, Zane actually had to improvise a little bit. Back when the monster trucks used to come here, they used to come in through an entrance in turn number 2. This year, the monster trucks came in through turn number 4, so Zane decided to bring out the two tallest trucks, which was Master Disaster and Lumberjack, to make sure that they could fit underneath the bridge, and if they can fit, all the other trucks could fit. Needless to say, both of them fit underneath the bridge, and they were also there for practicing the staging purposes for today's figure 8 racing.
Maddie. She's going to pull down and take this lane, this cross X right here, and just go to the center and park for fuel radio check. Everybody will go back through the tunnel, hang a left now, and our hot pits are going to be more over towards this end here.
I'm just going to announce them as they come on the track, as they're going to the loop.
No,
Oh, okay.
We're pitting back up here.
Okay, that's even better.
We're right lane for
It's getting easier and easier.
Everybody on right, except for Maddie, she'll do controlling left. Alright. The wheelie contest, that's going to be 2 hits.
And back to that, we're alternating lanes for wheelies. So Maddie's going to be on left. They're going to be back here, right lane check on Kraken. We're going to be alternating right to left. No center. Pull back here in the lane.
No center coming back?
Nope, do not be on center at all this whole show. Whatever lane you run in out here, you stay in that until you get back to the pit area and shut your truck off.
Do you want a truck out before the truck comes back in?
Yeah.
So if you're coming back, if I don't wave you on, know that there is another truck coming out.
Are we gonna like stage here before we come out? Like so?
Yeah, if you want to watch the truck in front of you, I'll stage you right here in the
That would
tunnel.
be a good idea.
Yeah.
We'll have a guy up in the catwalk with the kill radio.
Okay.
We'll have a guy out here with the kill radio, guy in the pit with the kill radio, guy in the tower.
And the way I can park you guys in pit party, Maddie will be on the very end, because she's going to come out last. And if I can put you out 7th and intro, this way if you want, you can really just spare out.
Rather than plowing each other, right?
I would agree with that.
So check up, they're not going to care. If you start getting squirrely, check up and post off to the side. This isn't throwdown either, man. And Well, Greg's not driving, so we don't gotta worry about that either. Alright, Mark.
Alright, good racing. We'll have an intermission, another FMA. Our final will be after intermission. So the final will bring us back from our intermission. And we're going to do a little dramatic needle rock move.
So final.
Each truck gets
Two trucks are in the final.
We'll nose up in the center. Your first,
On the flag,
first.
on the front stretch.
I'll send out and around this way. And I'll hold this guy 10 seconds or so. You guys will just nose to nose right out front.
We'll do a final kill on the front stretch.
For each correct line.
Yep, we'll pump
so
the
left to
crowd
right.
up, send you guys to the line.
Sorry if I missed it. Which one was left, which one was right?
You didn't establish that, so
Okay,
whatever you're
good.
gonna do.
Alright. That'll be left. So
Once then all trucks were lined up for the pit party, Zane Ratu had a few problems of his own. His rear steer would not center, so Buddy Young, Paul Strong, and a few other people lent out a helping hand. Also, the Kraken was having a few problems of its own as well. The front steering was not working properly, so Nick Pagliarulo and his crew guy was working on that. And a truck that was missing right before the pit party started was Jester. He had a few small problems with the rear steering. So all ready to kick off the weekend, a few trucks having some slight problems. Hopefully they could get the trucks fixed and ready for the show here today. In between working on his truck, Zane Ratu, being a busy man that he is, talking to a few of the crew guys from Crush Station, Greg Witchenbach on your left, Kurt Russell on your right. And he also had a chance to talk to his engine builder for Master Disaster. Mike St. George was actually here in attendance. There you can see him in the gray shirt. He was talking with Zane, brought a few extra tools to help him out for this show. You can see this beautiful track layout that we have here today at Seekonk. Usually out in the infield, there's always one obstacle for each part of the grassland. Sometimes there's two, but this year, Zane Ratu and Monster Events have done it to the max. We're going to take you now in a flashback to 2016. This is the first year Zane Ratu came to Seekonk Speedway. Josh Gibson and Bigfoot 18 destroyed a steering ram in the wheelie competition, so he was out for the night. Steve Thompson and Hurricane Force one-upped him definitely, but Zane Ratu definitely showing that the Stinger was made for Seekonk Speedway. Putting on good freestyle performances, definitely, and even played a game of Follow the Leader with Steve Thompson. You can see Zane leading the way with Steve Thompson following suit. But Steve Thompson one-upping Zane Ratu with these massive Cyclone Donuts got him the freestyle victory in 2016. And then last year, Zane Ratu bringing out the Master Disaster, got stuck on one of the freestyle obstacles, but managed to get himself off of that obstacle and put on a whale of a freestyle. David Zierez, with the brand new at the time Extreme Diesel, had a little problem, but for improvising, he laid out some amazing donuts out in the infield grass. But the talk of the town was Rodney Tweedy and Bigfoot number 14. Watch this incredible slap wheeling. After dragging that thing on the tailgate, Rodney Tweedy put out a good performance and even one-up David Zierz with the donuts out in the infield grass. This year, how will it play out? Stay tuned and find out. That was last year. Now it's time to get the action started this year. Nick Pagliarulo signing one of his very first few autographs with the brand new Kraken monster truck, Kurt Phillips. showing all the kids around the crustacean truck. Had a big line. Definitely a good experience, all for the fans. If you ever come to your local monster truck show, whether it would be at a fair, stadium, arena, speedway, be sure to check out the pit party. A great time for all young monster truck fans, young and old I should say. Always a good time for everybody to get their pictures, get their autographs, look at the trucks up close, talk to the drivers. Always a fun time nonetheless. Also, another good thing that's a fun time, out in the infield were the ride trucks. The ride trucks had amazing and long lines. 2 ride trucks were brought out onto the infield, Attitude Adjuster and Park Patrol. Zane Ratu actually lending out a helping hand, making sure the lines got down to a pretty decent limit. Definitely a good time for all the fans to ride on the back of a monster truck and make sure that they can know what it's like to be on the back of one. Not going over these obstacles, but going at a pretty decent pace. And after all that, we are about to get ready for some great monster truck action here. This is one of the 2 onboard cameras you're going to be seeing. This is outside the left window of the Kraken. We put a GoPro inside the Kraken, and we also put an Ion Pro camera inside the cockpit of Stinger. You can see a good view out in front, making sure that he can see everything that's going on around him. You can look at the bottom of your screen. That's Buddy Young, Zane Ratu's head crew guy, making sure he has everything all set for the show. There's Zane Ratu getting strapped in. You can see wearing sunglasses when racing. That's a pretty neat touch there. Making sure that he has all the proper safety equipment, getting tightened in inside that seat, making sure the latches are as tight as they possibly can. Also, you can see the steering wheel right in plain view in the middle of the screen. The steering wheel can pop back into position. Zane just keeping it off, so when he's ready to go, he can just take it off and not have to worry about getting caught on something. You can see right here, putting the steering wheel in position, making sure that the steering wheel is straight, that the wheels are straight. Putting on the gloves. Zane has had a lot of fires as of late, so definitely good to have the fire suit on, have the helmet on, putting on the gloves. A lot of people remember a few weeks ago, Devin Jones in the Barbarian, he had himself a pretty nasty fire out in Springfield. Glad that Devin Jones is okay, and now these guys are about to get ready for a great show. Coming up, ladies and gentlemen, we have got monster truck action from Seekonk Speedway. First show of the weekend. Stay tuned. It is now time to get the action rolling here at Seekonk Speedway. Zane Ratu getting ready to fire up.
Ladies and gentlemen, if you're ready for some
Zane might have a little problem here. Truck not starting. Crush station's already moving. Zane's supposed to be the third one in line. He's having a little bit of an issue. We're going to switch over to the GoPro now. See, the Kraken's getting ready to fire up. Alright, well, high drama already ensuing here for the first show. But right now, let's hear the thunder as they come out from the tunnel and get introduced to the crowd. Now everybody, I do want to apologize ahead of time. Unfortunately, my camera batteries died right before the introductions, and I couldn't get my batteries in time, and I didn't have my second camera with me. So unfortunately, the introductions from the flag stand and the first hit of the wheelie competition were not seen. So you're going to hear the audio. I do apologize for that. Sorry, Maddie. Next time, I'll make it up. Something new here with the competitions that we will be having. These will actually be scored. Maddie Myers ended up getting herself a 6.0 in the wheelie competition. We're going to switch it back over to Zane. You can see Buddy Young at the bottom of the screen with the hat and the sunglasses. He's trying to fix the electrical wires in the radio system, I believe. I'm no expert at this, but they're just trying to make sure they can get Stinger working. Zane runs a two-way radio, so Buddy Young can be on headset while Zane's going at it, and he can talk to Zane. See Mike St. George on the left, one of the engine builders for Zane Ratu, built the engine for Master Disaster, but here comes the Kraken. The Kraken now underway. Nick Pagliarulo out of Florida, his very first monster truck show, the debut weekend for the driver and the debut weekend for this truck. boy, you have... I'm just guessing when I say this. He has to be extremely nervous. I know I would be. 2 hits in the wheelie competition. That right there is the hot box. Motocross ramp is kind of blocking it, but that right there is the hot box. It's a big amount of dirt with a steep end to it. Let's see. Getting that front end up just a little bit. Nick Pagliarulo in the Kraken. He's actually driving a very good piece here. This is actually the old Jester that Nick's driving. The new Jester is going to be brought out momentarily for its first wheelie competition. That beautiful Escalade body. I think it's about to hit these cars sideways. You can hit any obstacle out there as long as it's the crush cars or the hot box. Let's see what he's got here. He's about to go for it. Launching that truck up heavy on the brakes. Nice job. He's about to get a stop to make sure he doesn't hit that bus. That bus is going to be a big factor out in freestyle. Nick Pagliarulo. Good job by the young man. He ended up getting himself a 5.5. Not enough to take the lead. See the replay here. Great job by Nick. Definitely learning the ropes. He's got a good teacher in his dad. Right now, we want to show you what it's like to go on the wheelie competition inside a monster truck. Here's the highlights. Great hits nonetheless by Nick Pagliarulo. Definitely an up-and-comer to look out for. As we flash it back to real time, you can see one of the freestyle motocross riders there. They're about to get ready. They're going at it once when the wheelie competition's done. We're back inside with Zane, still trying to figure out the bugs on this electrical system. Still having problems. They're going to see if he can come back out in the wheelie competition. See one of the officials there trying to make sure everything's all ready to go. Here comes the master of disaster. Let's go to the history books here. Doug Spanier used to own this truck back in the 80s and the 90s. Zane Ratu back in 2016 brought the truck back to life at a show, I believe, in Cedar Rapids. Decided to bring the name back and have Paul Strong, a Minnesota native, drive this truck. Let's see how he does here. Decent hit, but he's going to keep it going right here. He's got one more to go. Paul Strong, a veteran in the monster truck business, used to drive a truck called Martial Law. Ran that truck for quite some time, stopped driving after a while, then started driving with Zane Ratu. Paul's wife, Kayla, also drove a truck at one point. She drove the Heartbreaker, one of the first females to actually perform a backflip inside of a monster truck. Let's see here with Paul. He's got his second hit. Not bad. Trying to get that front end up, a little bit of a bounce. I think it was thinking of trying to get a slap wheelie in there. We're about to look at the replay. We're about to see it right here. He got himself a 4.5. Not enough to take the lead in the wheelie competition, but we have got big hitters coming out next. You can see he hit the brakes and then went up in the air. A lot of people like to do that in the wheelie competition, get enough momentum to hit the obstacle and then bring the front wheels up as much as they can. There's Buddy Young inside Stinger. If you see right around his neck and that cord going down, that's his headset that is connected to a two-way radio. He can actually talk to Zane while Zane's out on the track. But right now we got to bring it back onto the track with Barry Leader driving the Instigator, Paul Brode's Instigator on the track right now. Remember, the score to beat is a 6.0. That is the score to beat. Maddie Myers and Muddy Girl. Launching that truck up in the air goes Barry Leader. Nice job. He's still got one more to go. Now remember, this truck goes back a few years. Patrick Enterprise chassis, short wheelbase, good suspension, so it is known as a good wheelie truck. Paul Brode owns this truck. He also owns Backdraft. Muddy Girl, teammate truck to Instigator. Let's see here. He's got himself a second hit. Let's see, he's gonna launch it up. Nice job. Oh, on the right rear. I don't know if he bent the 4-link. I don't know. Rear steer kind of messed up a little bit, and let's see, just landed awkwardly. What a good job. And with the lead of 7.5, he will be the new leader in the wheelie competition. Barry Leader driving the Instigator Ford. He's about to bring him back over to the pits. Let's take a look at this replay here. Look how high that truck gets in the air. Front end all the way up. Nice job by Barry Leader. Check this out too. I thought he broke a 4-link or bent a 4-link on there. Probably just landed awkwardly. Boy, good job though nonetheless. We're about to bring him back into the pits. Oh man, Zane's taking off the gloves and the steering wheel. He's going to start working on the electrical box himself. You can probably sense the frustration he has. He just wants to go out there and perform.
Again, we got a beautiful area to work with out here, ladies and gentlemen. We've got a great lineup here for you this afternoon. Another show going on at 7 p.m. this evening. So make sure you come back if you have fun. Send some people down here. Get on those social media, let people know how much fun you have down here at the Seekonk Speedway. We're going to figure out what we...
Coming up next in the wheelie competition, you can hear it in the background. Lumberjack is firing up. Chris Sawicki, you can actually see him moving right now. Chris Sawicki, a local guy from Massachusetts, driving one half of Bottom Feeder Motorsports. He's about to come out right now through that tunnel. He's practically the perfect definition of a dream come true. Used to come to all these events as a kid. Not bad for a first hit. Used to come out to all these events as a kid. Got all of his autographs signed, used to go all the pit parties, and now living the dream. Worked on Crush Station for a few years with Greg Winchenbach. Then a few years ago, got the chance to drive. Not a pretty good hit there for the second one. I don't know if he's having an issue with the truck or if he just wanted to get it out of the way. But nice job nonetheless though by Chris Sawicki. Scores are coming in. A 4.0 is the score for Chris Sawicki inside Lumberjack. We're going to take a look at the replay here. Pretty good hit for the first one. Like I said, I don't know if he's having an issue with the truck. I don't know if he just wanted to get it done out of the way so he can focus on racing, because we have got an interesting racing format that we have out here. There's Buddy Young again, still trying to get the problems all sorted out with Zane Ratu's truck. Sawicki moving back into position. You saw behind Sawicki, that is the new gesture. He's actually going to be coming out next for his wheelie competition hit. If there's one guy to definitely look out for besides Zane Ratu and Crush Station, it's definitely Matt Pagliarulo. This guy is a madman, to say the least. Brand new truck he's debuting here this weekend. Brand new chassis. Let's see how he does here. That just delayed, as he likes to call it. Coming up for his first hit. Unbelievable, nice job. Oh man, on 2 wheels. Nice save. Nice save on 2 wheels. Let's see what else he has. Remember, he wants to prove that this truck can handle with the best of them. Remember, score to be is a 7.5. Nice job, front end up in the air. A little bounce. Almost got himself a slap wheelie. Remember, 7.5 is the score to beat. We're getting word right now, an 8.0. 8.0. Matt Pagliarulo has taken the lead in the wheelie competition. Take a look at that. Front end up all the way in the air. Almost got himself into trouble. Second hit here on that hot box. Good job. Front end came down, stomped on that throttle, tried getting a little wheelie. Couldn't really get it, but right now, we're going to throw back into Zane's truck. I think he's got his issues fixed. You can hear that truck firing up. We're going to see right now to see if Zane's going to come out. He has got to be getting frustrated. That truck is just not turning. He's having a lot of issues. Tough break for Zane Ritu. He's going to bring it back over towards the hauler area. Boy, tough break for Zane Ritu. We're going to throw it back out onto the track. Kurt Phillips in Crush Station is up next. Kurt Phillips usually drives Lumberjack every now and then, and Greg Witchenbach, the primary driver of Crush Station, he's taking the summer off, I believe, or just taking a few shows off, but let's see. Nice bit of air there, and a little slap wheelie for Crush Station. Kurt Phillips bringing that truck back around. He's got one more to go. Score to beat is an 8 of Matt Pagliarulo and Jester. Uh-oh. I think he's coming up for the big stack here. Nobody has touched this yet. This should be interesting. Here he goes. Let's see. Wow! Unbelievable! Picture perfect 90-degree sky wheelie, and I think he ruptured a steering hose or a hydraulic line. You saw little bits of fluid or something coming out of the rear. I don't necessarily know what that was, but unbelievable. A picture perfect wheel stand with a score of a 10.5. I didn't even think you could get more than 10 points in this competition. Take a look at the replay here for the second hit. Look at this. Picture perfect, 90 degrees, incredible. And take a look at the rear, at the bottom of the rear of the truck. Right there, stuff is splurting out. I don't know what that is, but we're now back in Zane's truck. He's got his fired up. I think he's about to come out right now. Let's see. You want to talk about a tight squeeze? This is what it's like inside of a monster truck coming through a tunnel. And look at this standoff that we have here. We have a scorpion and we have a lobster. They're going to have to back up Crush Station. Crush Station. Crush Station probably thought he was going to be going in through the pits right now. But Zane Ritu, he's getting ready to come out right now. You see the crew guy telling Crush Station he has to back up. Not a lot of room in between. Zane Ritu coming off of a great winter tour this year with the Monster Jam guys. He's been known to do what they call in the Monster Jam circuit a popper, which is on the berm of a jump, line up your front tires, but have your rear tires high up in the air. You back up the truck, you slam the brakes to have the front end come all the way up, and then you thrust it into forward gear to ride out the wheelie. And I don't know if he's going to be able to do anything here. He's still having problems with that rear steering. This is just, I don't know. Zane Ritu definitely having issues right now. You got to admire him for trying. He really wants to put on a good show for these fans. You can see those fans, they were clapping for him. They want him to go. But I don't know if Zane wants to really destroy his truck even more than what he already has. You saw in the onboard shot. Boy. You got to feel bad for this guy. Traveling such a far time. Can't even make one hit in the wheelie competition. He's about to bring it back to the pits, I believe. Oh yeah, he's going back. What a terrible, terrible break for Zane Ritu. So that means your wheelie competition winner is Kurt Phillips inside the Crush Station. And oh man, yep, he is really, really angry. You saw him take off those belts as quickly as he possibly could. He's going out right now to check to make sure what's wrong. We're about to send it down now to the track announcer. Ray Zalnieritis is about to go talk to Kurt Phillips. Take it away, Ray.
Seekonk Speedway. Kurt, I've heard of 10s before, never heard of a 10.5, but man, you got a high enough up there. These people were loving it. I don't know if you could hear them out there cheering for you, man. Talk to me.
Oh, definitely, we can hear you. The louder you are, the more things we do. It feels great to be home. We're Mainers, so New England, this is our home. This is what built us. So we're going to thank everybody for coming out and supporting us. Enjoy the show.
All right, let's give it up for our winner, Kurt Phillips, one more time. We'll see you out there racing. 10.5 in the crustacean monster truck.
Congratulations to Kurt Phillips. He becomes the wheelie competition winner, but that's just part one. We have got racing and we have got freestyle action to come. This is just a preview of the freestyle motocross. This is their first round. They were just testing out the ramp to make sure it was perfectly fine for both of these guys. But coming up next from this break, we have got Monster Truck Figure 8 Racing. We will be right back, folks.
Look in his eyes and he's getting ready to go. Mike, can you hear these folks out there? He says he wants you to get a little louder.
Be sure to subscribe to Monster Power Back Channel Productions on YouTube. They put out amazing content. If it wasn't for them, I'm pretty sure I wouldn't be doing this either. But right now, we are back here at Seekonk Speedway. This is inside the cockpit of Zane Ratu's Stinger. You can hear the work being put on the truck, all the wrenches and everything being worked on. But right now, we got to send it out to the track. We have got something unbelievably unheard of. Monster Truck Figure 8 Racing. There's Barry Leader inside the Instigator. He's about to go to his lane. This is going to be a little bit different. Normally at Seekonk Speedway, the Figure 8 Racing, you have a bunch of the cars or trucks, since they have truck racing here. They all line up side by side, go over a bump, and then run the Figure 8 course. This time, it's a little bit different. You could call this Chicago-style Figure 8 racing, as they're going to line up on opposite lanes. You can see the official Nick is going to shut the trucks off with the remote ignition interrupter, make sure everything's working. Mandatory test for all monster truck shows. Every monster truck must run the remote ignition interrupter, make sure that it gets shut down properly. They each run different channels too. Sometimes if you notice at a show, one guy has a red light, one guy has a yellow light. That represents the channel that they will be running in their certain lane. Right now, we are about to get ready for the first race of the first round. Instigator in what you could call the near lane, and in the far lane, Lumberjack, Chris Sawicki, and Barry Leader. This should be an interesting race. We are about to find out who will be going to the semifinals right about now.
Once you see those yellow strobe lights go, here we go.
Boy, Chris Sawicki got the whole shot on him really well. Now it's time for the test to make sure that these guys know exactly what's going on. We're following Sawicki here, but once when Instigator comes around, we're going to be following him. This is how they run it. They run on opposite sides of the track, but they have to make sure they stay to the right so they don't go into each other. This is pretty intense racing here, as now we are about to follow Chris Sawicki as he has a big enough lead. He can just stumble across. He's about to cut through the inside grass, going over his bump, and he will get the victory. Nice job by Chris Sawicki. He moves on to the semifinals. We've got more racing to go. He's about to bring it back over towards the pits. Same with Barry Leader in the Instigator. I gotta say, I love that red steering wheel that he has inside there. Maybe just trying to match up the red bead locks. Here is the replay. You can definitely see Sawicki had himself a pretty decent lead. So he goes across first, and he will get the victory and move on to the next round in racing. Here comes Matt Pagliarulo inside the Jester. This should be a pretty interesting race here. He's going up against Paul Strong in the Master of Disaster. Whoever wins this will be going to the semifinals. We are going to take the 4 winning trucks out of this bracket. There's 8 trucks, so you take half the field, which equals out to 4. Then you take the 2 winners out of the semifinal round, which will make your final round race. Matt Pagliarulo inside that brand new Jester truck. Matt been driving for quite a few years now. Paul Strong, the veteran of these two. Paul's been driving for well over a decade. Former driver of the martial law. Now driving the second truck out of Zane Ratu's organization, the Master of Disaster.
Our track official, Nick, lining these guys up down here. Nick's got the most dangerous job out of all these track officials, ladies and gentlemen. He has to be super fast with that radio in his hand if you see something go wrong. These guys cannot see Nick half the time. Notice Nick stands about 15 to 20.
You can see the official down there. He has to bring both these trucks over towards that line of flour that you see. And then he not only has to make sure that Jester can see him to make sure that he's ready, but he also has to run into the field of vision for Paul Strong and Master of Disaster to make sure that he's ready. We are about to get ready to find out who's going to the semifinals. Here they come down towards the final part. Paul Strong is going to get the victory here. Paul Strong wins it. Where's Mess? There he is. There is the Jester. Paul Strong gets the victory. He will move on to the semifinals. He'll have his own bracket. He'll face either the winner of the Kraken and Crush Station matchup. But look at that. Great job nonetheless by Paul Strong as he moves on to the semifinals. And there was Jester. I don't know if he spun out in the grass, but right now we're about to bring it back over to Zane. You can see he's trying to finish working on his truck so he can get ready for his matchup against Muddy Girl and Maddie Myers. The winner of that matchup will face against Chris Sawicki inside of Lumberjack for their semifinal race. You can see Zane hopping back in. I think he's about to get ready to go. We're about to send it over now to the other GoPro camera. We got 2 cameras, we told you. What the hell happened? Oh boy, you know, anytime when you put a camera inside of a truck, you always have to make sure you tighten up those bolts and make sure that not only the roll mount is tight, but you gotta make sure that the camera mount is tight as well. Nick Pagliarulo bringing in his truck, getting ready to go up against Crush Station and Kurt Phillips. Back over towards the flag stand. The Kraken. Release the Kraken. Octopus versus Lobster. We have 2 creatures here that belong in the sea. We're about to find out who will move on to the semifinals and face off against Paul Strong inside the Master of Disaster. You can see this amazing field that we have out here. It is a great field for monster truck racing. Nick bringing himself into position. Nick Pagliarulo versus Kurt Phillips. Which one of these guys is moving on to the semifinals? We are about to find out right now.
final word from Billy, our track pro.
Kraken falling behind a little bit. Crush Station has a big enough lead. Crush Station and Kurt Phillips will move on to the semifinals. He's got himself a little bit of a rear steer problem. Good job though, nonetheless, by Kurt Phillips inside the Crush Station as he will face off against Master of Disaster and Paul Strong. Here's the replay here. You can see the rear wheels were turned just a little bit, but I'm pretty sure he doesn't mind. He got himself the win. He'll get that truck fixed for the semifinals. As the Kraken, he'll have to wait until freestyle. I'm pretty sure Nick Pagliarulo wants to show these fans he can definitely freestyle with the best of them. We are now in with Zane Ratu. Zane definitely frustrated throughout the whole day. Pretty sure he wants to take his frustrations out on this track. He'll be going up against Maddie Myers inside the Muddy Girl. You can see Crush Station coming into the picture, and I'm pretty sure the Kraken's not all that far behind. Yep, you can see the official right in the middle of your screen, leading in the Kraken. There he is. He's coming in. Remember what I said earlier, tight squeeze to get these monster trucks through this tunnel. Zane Ratu now out to the fans. You can see him heavy on that throttle. He's ready to go racing. This is his chance to prove he can get the Stinger back to 100% and move on to the racing bracket. You can see the sun is shining. Beautiful day out here in Seekonk Speedway. 90-degree weather. Beautiful sunshine. Little humid, but that doesn't stop these guys. You can see the arms out the window, testing out the remote ignition interrupter. Always a mandatory test for these monster truck guys to make sure that everything is safe inside the truck.
Alright, we got a quick issue here.
About to fire up the Muddy Girl. And I think we might have a little bit of a problem here. Zane Ratu having a problem getting started. We're going to throw it back inside the onboard here, see what's going on. I don't know if Zane's still having problems with the electrical box. We're back inside here.
I got it.
No, he's got it. He's got it covered. Zane Ratu. Truck is now officially covered. He is ready to go racing. We are about to find out who is going to face Chris Sawicki in the Lumberjack in the semifinal round. Will it be Maddie Myers in the Muddy Girl, or will it be Zane Ratu inside Stinger Unleashed? This should be a pretty intense matchup here. We're about to find out who's going to win this race. Pretty sure a lot of the female fans want the Muddy Girl to win, but Zane definitely has something to say to that. Here we go.
And we are going to launch these final two monster trucks.
Boy, Zane with those fast speeds doing a great job. Doing a good job. He's coming over. Oh no! Got himself a little bit crossed up. I do not know if that will be a disqualification. I mean, he did go across the finish line, but did he get both front tires over there? Small donut. I didn't even expect that. Zane Ratu letting everybody know, I'm pissed off, but I think I won that race. And he did win that race. Zane Ratu is your winner. He will move on to the semifinals to face off against Chris Sawicki inside Lumberjack. You can see, yes, he might have two-wheeled a little bit, but he still went across that finish line. We are now about to send it on board and show you what it's like to take a lap around the Seekonk Speedway Figure 8 course. Back into a live shot here. Zane Ratu backing up right now. He's only got a few minutes to get ready because he has to go back out on that track to face off against Chris Sawicki inside the Lumberjack. I think that this will be a good race for him. He's definitely letting everybody know the truck is getting better to 100%. But right now, we got another semifinal to run. We got one semifinal to run, I should say. We got Paul Strong inside the Master of Disaster versus Kurt Phillips inside the Crush Station. Who will be going to the final round?
Both drivers giving the thumbs up, giving the thumbs up to our track officials.
We're focused on Master Disaster, but putting our attention toward Crush Station. Crush Station might be going to the final round. Some air over that bump, and he will be moving on to the final round. Kurt Phillips inside Crush Station could go for 2 straight victories here. He already won the wheelie competition earlier. Now he wants to win racing. Take a look at this. He has enough speed to get some air over that bump. He will move on to the final round as Paul Strong inside Master Disaster will have to wait, unfortunately, for Freestyle to head back out to the track. You can definitely... There's a Crush Station fan saying he's number 1. We're about to throw back inside Zane Ratu. He's going out onto the track right now. He's getting fired up. He's going to face off against Chris Sawicki inside Lumberjack for his semifinal race. This should be a pretty intense battle here. Zane Ratu finally getting the truck dialed in, making sure that everything is working. He's coming out right now. Back here now, you can see Zane, look at that, no time wasted. He's lining right up. Lining right up. We are about to find out who's going to the championship race. Will it be Lumberjack or will it be Zane Ratu inside Stinger Unleashed? Oh no! Zane Ratu! He went the wrong way. Unfortunately, that will give an easy win to the Lumberjack. Zane, whoa, look out there. Look out. I guess Zane's still trying to run the course to make a legal pass should anything happen to Sawicki. Honestly, that is the right thing to do. You should make a legal pass. But, man. That's a new one there. Zane Ratu crossing the line. Tough break for him. He's about to bring his truck back over to the pits. But right now, we have our championship race set. Well, unfortunately, that's not the way how Zane wanted to race that one, but give credit where credit's due. Christopher Sawicki is now going to the championship race here at Seekonk. He'll be going up against his teammate, nonetheless, Kurt Phillips, inside the crush station. Take a look at Zane here. Even though he was way behind, he still did the right thing by finishing the race. Always a good thing to do, no matter what you do inside the monster truck, no matter how far you're behind. Always finish the race to make it a legal pass. On board now with Zane. He's still got freestyle yet to come, and that truck is getting better and better. So I'm pretty sure he can't wait to take out his frustrations out on this freestyle track. Right before the final round, there was a little bit of an intermission, a good 15 to 20 minute intermission. Gave fans a chance to go back out onto the track to go on the ride truck. Not as big of a line as it was before, but still gave the fans a little bit of an opportunity to bring the kids out and make sure they could go for a ride of a lifetime. The Park Patrol and the Attitude Adjuster ride truck putting on good shows here for Seekonk, and some track work being done right before the championship race and right before freestyle.
Fortunately, in freestyle for you guys, it's all for the flow. So the louder you guys get the freestyle round out here, the crazier these guys are going to get for you out here. So that's when you guys want to get those cheers going and laugh.
Just like keep blowing up and down.
And with all that being done, it is now time for the final round here in Seekonk Speedway. Show number 1. Don't forget, ladies and gentlemen, we have another show, show number 2, coming up in just a few days. That should be uploaded on the channel in the near future. Kurt Phillips inside Crush Station, giving out those lobster claws, letting everybody know he's ready to go. But on the other side, his teammate and good friend, Christopher Sawicki, inside Lumberjack. Greg Winchenbach must be really happy right now. He owns both of these trucks. One of these trucks is going to go in victory lane. The other one will finish in second place. So either way, Team Crush Station, Bottom Feeder Motorsports, it'll be a 1-2 finish. Who will finish in second and who will finish in first? We are about to find out in just a minute.
Here we go, ladies and gentlemen, the moment these drivers have been waiting for. These guys are teammates, but right now that doesn't
And here we go, the final race of show number 1. Who's going to win it all and bring their truck into victory lane? and Crustacean's fast coming in through there. Coming now towards the final turn. Crustacean, look at that. The smoke coming off the tires. He's coming in hot right now. Here they come. Oh, Crustacean goes off course. It is going to be Christopher Sawicki winning the race and taking the overall victory here in Seekonk. Unbelievable. Kurt Phillips almost wiped himself out there. He managed to save the truck, but great job by Christopher Sawicki. He will win racing here of the first show here at Seekonk Speedway. Be sure to stay tuned to the channel for the second show. Should be uploaded within the next few days. But take a look inside there. Christopher Sawicki, he's definitely smiling from ear to ear. We're going to show the replay here. We're going to bring it down to the track announcer, Ray, in just a little bit. But take a look at this. Crustacean had him, but right there, got all crushed up and spun right out. And right across the finish line goes Christopher Sawicki, winning this race inside Lumberjack. Let's go down now to Ray Zalnieritis as he talks to Christopher Sawicki.
Your dad actually yelled at me on my way up to the pit in the intermission. How do you say your last name?
It's Sawicki.
All right, I said it right the second time, so I don't have to worry about your dad. Tell me what was going on there. That was a tight race towards the end. I know Crustacean got a little wobbly out of there, but talk to me about what was going on in that race scene inside your truck.
It was pretty bumpy out here. There's here when he's sticking on this asphalt.
Great job out there, Chris. Good luck in freestyle. We'll see you back out there shortly.
Major congratulations go out to Christopher for getting his second race victory. Here's some of the freestyle motocross riders again, showing you what they got. You just saw the Captain Morgan pose there. Here comes another good trick that we're about to see. This is the second round, I should say. There's the knack-knack made famous by Jeremy McGrath. There's Mike Angerman. He's getting ready to show off his final jump. And coming up next, we have got Monster Truck Freestyle here at Seekonk Speedway. Stay tuned, folks. Back here at Seekonk for the final time. It's freestyle time. Muddy Girl and Maddie Myers is going to get us kicked off with freestyle. These guys have about 90 seconds or so. They'll be flashing the red lights whenever they're done. Saw her go over that hot box, I should say. She's about to attack this van. Launching that truck up in the air. Nice little rebound there. Maddie Myers showing all the young ladies in the crowd that the girls can be just as dominant as the boys. She's about to hit these two cars here. Nobody's hit these yet. Remember, she's got all fresh obstacles, so this could work to her towards her advantage. Nice air going up over the van again. This could work towards her advantage. She has all fresh stuff. So whatever she hits, it'll be fresh, and it'll be a good hit nonetheless. But as the trucks come out and the obstacles wear down, that could be a disadvantage. Whoever attacks that bus, though, they'll definitely get a good praise from the crowd. I think she's coming up on her final few seconds here. Uh-oh. She's about to attack it. Up over the bus, some great air by Maddie Myers inside the Muddy Girl. And I believe that will be it for her run, getting this crowd pumped up. Nice job by Maddie Myers. She will get a score of a 6.0. Great job by the Muddy Girl. We're going to show you some replays here. The first one to attack this van, you can see the van roof just caving in. Great job. And then going up over it the other way, you can still see the amount of flour that they put on those ramps. That's all what that white stuff is. That's flour that they put over for the ramps to let them know that's where they got to hit it. Being the first one to attack that bus is definitely going to be a good advantage. Great job, though, nonetheless, by Matty Myers. Here comes Paul Strong inside the Master Disaster. He has to beat a 6.0. Let's see what Paul has. Nice little bit of a wheelie there. Paul Strong, a veteran in the business. Driver of the martial law for quite some time. His wife is also in attendance. I mentioned that earlier. She drove the Heartbreaker monster truck for quite some time. In Mexico a few years ago, she managed to be the first lady to land a backflip. Medusa did a backflip in Las Vegas that year, but she didn't land it. Kayla is actually the very first woman to actually land a backflip inside of a monster truck. Here he goes up and over this bus. Great air nonetheless. Master Disaster keeping the momentum going. This could be enough to take the lead. Look at the launch off of that van. Great job by Paul Strong. One of the key factors that they said in the driver's meeting, no donuts in that grass. I don't know why, but I think it'll be good to see if anybody can attempt a donut on that asphalt. You saw Zane do one in racing. Great air by Paul. He had himself a good winner this year, was part of the Monster Jam Tour, got himself a few victories. Now that's one of the main things that you should not do. You shouldn't back up, because that'll cost you points. Let's see here, up and over that bus again. The back tire caught the top of that bus. Putting on a good performance nonetheless. Coming down on just a few seconds left on his run. Is he going to hit this van? Yes, he is. He's going to be the first one to attack this van. You can hear that Mike St. George horsepower. That engine inside, built by Mike St. George out of New Hampshire. He's actually in attendance here at this show. See him coming down the front stretch, letting everybody know in Seekonk he did a good job, and he's going to bring it back over towards the pits. And we have a new leader in freestyle, a 6.5. Master Disaster takes Matty Myers out of the hot seat by only half a point. He's got a 6.5 up on the board. We still got plenty of big hitters yet to come. We also have the Kraken coming out. We got Instigator, we got Stinger, Crush Station, and Gesture. Don't forget, Gesture's got to make his first freestyle performance inside that new truck. And we just mentioned about him. Here comes the Kraken. Nick Pagliarulo making his very first freestyle performance here. Unfortunately, we can't connect to our GoPro. Either it died or the SD card inside of it ran out. So unfortunately, no SD card footage. But let's see here. He's about to go over this hot box here. Nice air. Oh, lands down and oh no. Very, very quiet. This isn't the way you want to make an impact in your first freestyle. Nick trying to get the truck started again.
Alright, ladies and gentlemen, this is part of the world of monster truck racing. Looks like we got some kind of an issue. Cracker's still trying to get that truck fired up. We got our loader coming out. We're gonna drag him off the track and out of the way so we can continue with our freestyle event here. Again, safety support and everything, so we're gonna make sure we get that monster truck out of the way. Making sure we're safe before we fire this truck up. Again,
Word is in the pits that the electrical box got disconnected and they need 2 wire ties to fix the truck. Even the smallest things you need to make a monster truck work, including 2 50-cent wire ties. You see one of the crew guys there. He's got a headset on too. I was telling you about the radio earlier on. Tough break. We're going to try to see if they can get the Kraken to be fired up again. No, that is not a guy with a very long neck. That is actually Matt Pagliarulo. He's got all of his gear on. He's even got one of those fire masks on. And he's got his Hans device and everything else on. Trying to watch his son put on a good performance here. I do not know if the truck is ready to go yet. And they're getting word right now. Unfortunately, they are going to bring out the loader. So, unfortunately, Nick Pagliarulo, his very first freestyle run, is put on the loader. Tough break for Nick Pagliarulo. He'll be back, though, in the second show. I'm pretty sure on that one. And you can see in the background there, that is the Instigator. Paul Brode's Instigator, driven by Barry Leader. He's coming into the field right now. They're going to have to get that loader off the track. You can see that beautiful Ford. A lot of the fans who preferred the Zoomy headers over the collector headers, they're definitely going to have a field day with this truck. And me personally, any monster truck sounds amazing. I prefer the straight pipes and the Zoomies because it's always good to have a nice crisp sound. Collector headers are cool too, don't get me wrong, but nothing can ever beat the crisp sound of a monster truck with Zoomy headers or straight pipes. You can see Barry taking his lap around. Definitely putting on a good show here. And no, if you're wondering if those are the only people that you see right behind us from our camera position, they sold the front stretch out. A lot of the seats were gone on the front stretch, so a lot of the fans decided to go towards the back stretch. Pretty big sized crowd here as Instigator getting ready to go right now. Let's see what Barry Leader has inside that Ford. Get some nice air over that van. Starting the clock. Word is in the pits he was having a little bit of a fuel issue. So let's see if that's the case here. Taking it a little bit slow here. Maybe he still has a little bit of issue with that fuel. Let's see. Nice job up and over that van. Ooh, bounced it into a slap wheelie. Almost rode that out too. Pretty sure Barry has got a lot more things he wants to do here. Taking it slow though. Not going all the way out. Probably trying to conserve the fuel. That's just my guess here. I think he might be going after this bus. No, he's going the other way. He's probably going to go after these cars here. These cars have already been flattened down. Nice air there. Barry Leader. Been driving for quite some time. Heavy on that throttle. Uh-oh. Here he goes. He's going after that bus. Let's see. Back tires hit the bus a little bit sideways. Wow! A little bit on two wheels there. Nice job, though, nonetheless, by Barry Leader inside the Instigator. He's going to keep the action going. He's about to hit these cars again. Nice air right there. Getting that front end up. Instigator and Barry Leader. Good freestyle run. We're getting word on his scores. He gets himself a 6.0, so he'll tie for second. Master Disaster still in the lead. Some good highlights here. Took it a little bit slow, but I'm pretty sure he was having a little bit of issues with the truck. Good job here. Take a look at this. Goes up a little bit sideways and then lands down on one wheel, too. One wheel. Nice job, though, but oh, man. Here he comes. Zane Ratu and Stinger Unleashed. Nice air right there. Oh, boy. I guarantee you, with everything that has been happening, he can't wait to take his frustrations out on this track. Oh man, I think he's about to go on the backside of this bus. Back tires walk it over that bus. Zane Ratu. Oh boy. First donut of the day. Don't go in that grass. I hate to use this term, but it's definitely true right now. Zane is pissed. Zane is definitely pissed off. He wants to show everybody, hey, I'm angry. This is what I'm going to do. Here he goes up to this van. Launching that truck up in the air. Nice going by Zane Ratu. I think he's about to backside this bus again. No, he's about to go the other way. Keeping the action going here. Oh, man. Wow, look at that sky wheelie. Incredible. Zane Ratu one-upping everybody here with another donut. Easy, easy. Man, we are definitely going to get a new leader here on this one. Zane Ratu. About to go over the bus again the other way. Look at that. Front wheels up in the air, back tires on the back of that bus. Another donut. Almost touching the wall there. Oh man, he's about to launch it over this bus. Look at that. Incredible air there by Zane Ratu. Man. What else does he have? Wow, incredible sky wheelie there. Incredible. Zane Ratu inside Stinger Unleashed has put on a clinic, and we are now being told that run has taken the lead with a 9.5. You have got to be near impossible in order to win this competition right now. Zane Ratu has definitely set the pace. Look at these highlights. Incredible air up and over that van, walking the truck over the backside of the bus. But check out this sky wheelie here. Incredible positioning. Pretty sure now he wishes he could have been in the wheelie competition. He still has another show, so I'm pretty sure he'll have a chance for it. Here comes Christopher Sawicki, race winner. Wow, already getting some great air out there. Christopher Sawicki already won racing, so he definitely has a shot at trying to double down here. But remember, a score of 9.5, you need to be near impossible in order to pull off a run like that. Coming back around now towards this van. No, he's about to go around it. He's going to go over the other van here. Christopher only been driving for quite a few years now. Has 2 race wins under his belt. Getting the chance to drive in front of his home state crowd. He actually had the chance to drive earlier this winter. About to go over this bus. Look at that. Incredible job. Earlier in the winter, he had the chance to drive at the Springfield Convention Center, Springfield Civic Center in Springfield, Massachusetts for the Traxxas Monster Truck Tour. He was really excited about that. One of his very first arena shows. And look at this. Incredible. Uh-oh, is he about to go over the backside of this bus? Yes, he is. Flying it this time. He's definitely not afraid. Donut. Ooh, easy, easy. You saw that truck bouncing a little bit. Man, Sawicki on a roll right now. Launching it up and over that stack of cars. See some fiberglass dangling off. Christopher Sawicki putting on a good performance. Remember, the score to beat is a 9.5. Nice air right there. You can even see the hood starting to come off a little bit. That's going to be it for Christopher. He's going to bring it back over to the pits. Getting word now down from below. Score is going to be a 7.5. That will put him into second place. Take a look at some of these highlights, though. He definitely did a good job. Sawicki did. Getting some great air, getting some nice momentum out there. great job putting him into second place. Here comes the just delayed Matt Paglarulo inside Gesture, that brand new chassis, getting ready for its very first freestyle performance. Let's see how he does here. Remember my last episode, we were in New Egypt. I told you if you've never seen a Larry Swim freestyle, you're in for a treat. You're definitely in for a treat with this guy. Let's see how he does here. Coming up over the hot box. Oh man, he's about to hit the stack here. Launching it up in the air. My gosh, oh man. Oh, I don't know if you heard that. He definitely popped that tire right off the bead. Man, will they let him continue though? That's the thing. I'm pretty sure these fans want him to continue. He's definitely moving the truck. I don't know if he's trying to move it for safety or if he's going to keep going. Man, the height of that was just unbelievable. Getting word now that he's definitely done right there. He's just going to move the truck and leave it there in position. Going to shut the truck off. Let's take a look though at this replay. Look at the height. Amazing job. We're now going to show you this in real time. Take a listen to this. Unbelievable job. Well, you can see there's Matt. First show of the weekend for this truck and first show of the weekend for the Kraken, and unfortunately both trucks had some problems. He's gonna have to move that truck because you got our final truck of the day coming out. Kurt Phillips inside Crush Station. I think they're gonna keep him there for just a second so they can move Jester off the track. Crush Station's gonna take a little lap around. Give a little bit of time for Jester to move the truck, move it away from danger in any form. And there you go. Bring the truck right up in front of the fans. And now, our final freestyler of the day, Kurt Phillips inside Crush Station. Score to beat is a 9.5. He's got to be a little bit concerned. You got to be near perfect, or you got to be picture perfect in order to win the freestyle here. Let's see. Nice job with the, ooh. We almost had a second tire pop. Good job though, keeping it under control. Kurt Phillips. Losing a little bit of momentum here. Let's see what he's got. About to climb it up over this bus. He's definitely doing a good job. Remember, you need to do some spectacular things. Look at that air right there. Launching that truck up. You need to do a lot of good things in order to beat Zane Ratu out in freestyle. He's definitely doing a good job getting some nice air. He's about to come around for this van. Launching that truck up in the air. Ooh, what a bounce. He just hit asphalt. Wow, nice job. Oh my. Ha! Another breakage. The spindle actually broke on that one. What is the score going to be for Crush Station? We are getting word the score is an 8.5. Not enough to beat Zane Ratu. Zane Ratu, after all the frustration from earlier on in the wheelies and in racing, manages to get the freestyle victory here at Seekonk Speedway. Take a look at this final moment though. I think right there was where the spindle might have cracked. And then this hit coming up. Watch when the truck turns. You can see that tire. Unbelievable job, though. Great job, nonetheless, for Kurt Phillips inside Crush Station. Let's send it over to Ray now, as he's going to talk with the freestyle winner, Zane Ratu.
And racing right from the get-go. Zane, I know it's been a little tough out there today. We had some rear steer problems a little earlier, and then dude, you came out made up for it today in that freestyle run. What do you got?
Oh, absolutely. You know, the track's been brutal on us, the heat's been brutal on us. We've been playing mechanical gremlins last 2 weekends with my brand new truck. I think we finally got the bugs worked out of it, and that was mad thinking, by the way. When I get mad at my truck, I grew up going to monster truck shows when I was 2 years old. I didn't want to come out and see trucks break all the time. I was mad when I came out for freestyle. Hopefully that shows. We got one more show tonight. I'm going to promise you every one of these trucks is going to be back up and ready for tonight. Thanks to Seekonk Speedway for having us out. Hopefully we'll see you guys again next year.
All right, Zane. Good job out there. Good luck tonight.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, that will conclude show number 1 here from Seekonk Speedway. We will be back here for show number 2 in just a few days. Thank you all for watching this, and I will see you soon on the next episode of Motor Hour. Thank you for watching, everybody.